What's going on YouTube? It's your boy D.Ford here, coming back to you guys with another finance talk video. Want to start off the video by saying Happy New Year's to you guys. Hope that this year 2019 is everything that you and your family wish it can be. And I want to really kind of start the first finance talk of the year with how to guide yourself or get in the right step to be financially successful in 2019. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So today's video we're going to take about, I'm going to give about 10 steps on what you can do or what you can change in your life and your family's life so that this time next year you're better off financially than you are today. So the first thing that I like to do, and I also like to tell my clients working in the finance industry, definitely this time of year, is print off your most recent statement or transaction history. You're normally able to get that from your bank or go into your online banking and print that off just the last 30 days or the last month and review it. Take a look at everything that's on there. You want to see what, obviously, is what's coming in and what's going out. And what I mean by what's going out, what is a necessity that is going out. So obviously your bills, your mortgage, your rent, your car note, insurance, stuff like that. Then you want to separate that and take a look at how often you eat out, what unnecessary monthly subscriptions you have, if you have a gym membership but you haven't been to the gym in 6 months. That stuff tends to add up fairly quickly. So especially if you're paying, $45 for a gym membership and you haven't seen a gym membership or the gym in 8 months, that adds up fairly quickly. That's a lot of money that you can actually save and put away. That can be a way to start with, saving for 2019 and the rest of the year. Then once you take a look at that and you see what you're able to kind of cut out and say, you know what, we can do without this, or I can cut back on this. A lot of people don't really have a savings account. So it wouldn't hurt to open yourself a savings account. Take the time to research what savings accounts, what banks have the highest interest rates. Me personally, I would say that banks that don't have a physical location, hence seem like Ally or USAA if you're in the military, Navy Federal, those banks tend to have higher interest rates when it comes to savings because they don't have a bunch of locations where they have to pay employees to run those locations. Everything's just online. So do your research while you have the time to figure out what interest rates are most important for you. Now that you have your savings account set up, it can be hard putting money into the savings account. So what you want to do is set up an automatic transfer. If you get paid every week, every 2 weeks, every once a month, whatever you get paid, set up an automatic transfer of at least $25, $50, $100, whatever you think that you can afford. Set an automatic transfer up for that to get transferred into your savings account from your checking account. Now, if you're taking a look at your finances and you're like, hey, we can save, $400. Am I saying set up an automatic transfer of $400 straight from the start? No. If you can do it, great. But, take baby steps. Take baby steps getting into that because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. You're literally going from spending and living however you want right now to getting back on track financially. So take baby steps, but eventually you want to make sure that you can save as much as possible. Next, you want to take any kind of extra money. So at the beginning of every new year, everyone starts looking for taxes and receiving their tax money. That is a great way to kind of boost your savings. I don't know how much you're going to get. I know what the wife and I, normally about what we get or what we have to pay or whatnot. If you get birthday money from family or you sell something, whatever, that's a good way to kind of just take that money and put it into the savings and let that kind of start being your boost for whatever you're trying to save for. But the big picture is you want to be better off than you are than today. You want to be better off in the future than you are today. So you got to take some sacrifices. So if your tax return check is $2,000 That doesn't mean going and spending all 2,000. You know, take, you know, maybe 500 and play with it and put 1,500 away. Working where I work, I see a lot of people during tax season. Tax season coming into my job and, you know, come sit, take a seat in my office, and they're ready to spend the money before they can, before they actually get it. And, you know, it sucks, because if they were to do something with that money, that money would go a lot longer than what it would be if they just spent it on something like a car or something like that. I talked about this in my last video. Set yourself savings goals. Again, you're going from living how you want to live to kind of putting money away. So set yourself a goal, and you want to say, hey, in 2019, I want to save $20,000. Well, in a few months, I want to have at least $5,000, so I know that I'm on track. You want to set those goals so you know you're doing something and you're doing right. So definitely put those goals down, whether it's just you or you and your spouse. Definitely sit down together and write down those goals and plan that throughout the next year. Next, you want to utilize online tools. I'm sure, you know, wherever you bank, we all have our cell phone that's always close by, and there's all kinds of apps. You got the Honey app that always offers promo codes. You have Acorns that offers roundups investing for you. You have the Mint app, that's another finance app. Utilize those apps. A lot of them are free, and you can utilize that to kind of get yourself on track and also put some money away and also save some money. So take some time, research the app, see what's best for you and the family, and kind of go from there. But the big thing is those tools are there, and if whatever you've been doing the past few years haven't been working, you know, maybe go a different route. Next thing is understanding what a want and a need is. So my wife, you know, she always wanted an Escalade. That's not a need. She has a Jeep Grand Cherokee that we only have one kid, so we don't really need a bigger vehicle. So, which is why we're not in the Escalade. So you have to understand that. Another thing, you know, some people say is, you know, when you're about to make a major purchase, maybe, you know, sit on it for 48 hours before you click that button to purchase, and see how you feel with that. I know that's hard for a lot of people because, you know, like me, I'm an impulse buyer. I like to just boom, boom, boom. But you got to kind of wheel that in a little bit and say, you know what, hey, let me hold off on that. And that's something I've been doing personally with the build on the car, which is why a lot of things has kind of slowed down, because I'm saying, you know what, do I want to do that? Hey, let me kind of slow down and let me rethink, reevaluate things, because you never know what's going to happen. So understand the difference between a want and a need when it comes to your finances. Next thing is check your credit. You know, figure out what's your credit score, check what's on your credit report. If there's anything that's negative on there that you didn't do, whether it was due to identity theft or some type of fraud, make sure that you take the right steps to get that taken off. If there's any negative things that's on there that, let's say you had a missed payment on your credit card 5 years ago, you can write a letter to the creditor and see if they can get that taken off. You want to take a look at that. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, checking your credit costs money. It can, you know, if you use like Credit Karma or something like that. But you can go to annualcreditreport.com and you are able to check your credit. They'll give you one credit report annually for free. So I always tell my clients this time of year is a perfect time to do it. Around tax season, you're about to get some money. So if there's anything out there that you need to take, that you need to pay off, you just got a buttload of money, go ahead and do so. Also, it's the start of a new year. If there's anything that you need to, you know, take off or write or whatnot, you have that beginning. You have the whole year to do so. So definitely take a look at your credit. I have a, through my bank, they offer what's called identity theft protection, and I get a free credit report, or I get a credit report every month and my credit score and all that stuff. So I'm always taking a look at that and seeing what's on there. You should always keep, keep up with your credit report and see what's out there, making sure no one's, stealing your identity, because that can be a world of hurt and a world of issues for you and your family. And last thing, reward yourself. I talked about this in my last video. You know, you're literally going from you know, taking, you know, your money, your cards, whatever, and spending it however you want. Living life to the fullest. And now I'm telling you, hey, let's pull back a little bit. No one can just cut cold turkey. If that was the case, then people will say, hey, you know, they're smoking a cigarette and I don't want to stop smoking. They'll just throw the cigarette down and be done. No, you got to pull back a little bit. In order to do that, like I said in my last video, set yourself goals. Once you reach that goal, take a month worth of savings and reward yourself. Go on a family trip, you know, go to the casino, you know, buy a big major car part or whatever. But you have to reward yourself. So, those are my 10 tips of getting you in the right step to be financially successful in 2019. What I want you to do is in the comments below, comment what your finance goals are for 2019. Whether it's you want your credit score to go up, or you want to be able to save more, you want to get into a new house, or whatever it may be. Comment below and let's talk about it. And also, if there's anything else you want me to talk in this upcoming series of finance talks, go ahead and comment below. Let's see what we can do. Let's make 2019 the best year yet. Definitely for you and for your finances. Alright? Until next time, guys, we out.